Well, Donna, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Thank you so much, Peter, and I'm very excited about being here. Finally get to meet.
Yeah, because this is the whole point. Everyone's out there doing their stuff. They're all out there on Facebook, and you kind of know everyone, but no one really knows who's doing what. So that's why I wanted to sort of round everybody up into one place and go, okay, here's what they do. So could you tell us who are the clients that you work with?
Look, I sort of pondered on that one. I basically started online and I was dealing more with work-at-home type businesses, but it's moved through to small to medium, and that really depends on which actual hat I'm wearing and which business I'm working in, because I've got two businesses, and both are social media related, and but they really sort of morphed into being one thing into another. So, I love to work with all sort of types of businesses, but I'm not into the big brands or the larger companies because, I think they're a whole new world of their own, whereas most of us these days on social media are your smaller type businesses to medium, and they're really looking for help.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what caught my attention about you is the one I want to talk about the most today, I think, if you're happy to cover that, is the Facebook competitions, right? So this is really how you help your clients. Because that's different. I don't know anyone that sort of specializes in that, because there's a lot of stuff that people don't know behind the scenes that they can get into a lot of trouble and a lot of strife. And could you talk a bit about that, about how you help people run those competitions? And the word that caught my attention from you was, I can't remember, what was it? It was
compliant.
Compliance, that's the one, yes. So could you talk about that?
Sure. Okay. So I'll just roll back for 2 seconds. Simple Online Solutions was a business that did a lot of website design, and it basically came to a abrupt halt in 2010 when I had breast cancer. So I had to look at ways to market my business, and I turned to social media. And one of those things when I was doing social media was I saw a contest, and I thought, hey, I love these ideas. I slapped a image up on the wall, and somebody said to me, did you know there was promotional guidelines? And I said, no, what are they? And they said, well, they're these things that you're supposed to be following along. And I said, oh, okay, maybe I should learn more about them. So while Simple Online Solutions keeps moving forward, I eventually then launched fan page competitions last December, because I realized there were so many businesses out there like mine that didn't know. They didn't know that you can't put images up on walls. You've actually got to use what's called a third-party app. And I took it one step further, and I actually created an app. Don't go down that track because it costs far too much money and it turned to grey. But the simple steps, the thing I love the most about competitions, and don't share this with anybody because it's my secret tool, they're a fantastic way to get engagement happening on your page, to build your page, but at the end of it, you're building a list. And you've got the opportunity to go back then and market to those people over and over again if you do it correctly. But as I say, Facebook do have those promotional guidelines. If you don't run by them, they shut down your page, or they can shut down your page. Let's say can. People go, oh, it never happens. It does happen all the time, and most people are too embarrassed to tell you about it. So, I love them. They're my secret weapon. I giggle away at people when they go, Donna, why use the competition? I go, 50, I think the stats are 52%, or I tell a lie. I'm going to check that, and you can confirm in this video the stats for exactly how many people come to your Facebook page for promotions and discounts. So it's something you need to be doing if you're not already doing in your marketing strategy for social media, incorporating them.
Okay. So with those guidelines that you talked about, what are some of the problems that you face? Like when you talk to a company and they say, "Hey, we want to do a competition. You know how to do it properly." What are the things that those companies are avoiding by learning to do it the right way first?
What are they avoiding by learning it? They're not avoiding anything by learning to do it the right way. What are they avoiding?
No, by coming to you to learn. Okay, let me rephrase that. By coming to you to learn to do it the right way, what problems are they avoiding? What would they run into? What problems would they run into had they not come to you, sort of thing?
Well, number one is if they put the image up on the wall, which a lot of people do because they see somebody else do it, so they just follow suit. The second thing, for people who get clever, they go, I'll go and do research. There's so much information online, but a lot of the blogs that you go to where people do their research is all out of date. And you used to have to get Facebook to give permission to you before you launched a competition. So in Australia, we call them competitions, by the way, and in the States, they call them contests. But you used to have to go and get permission to actually run them. So all the information is out of date. So a lot of people just think, oh, what the heck, we'll chuck it up on the wall because we saw Joe Blogs doing it. and bang, before they know it, they've got themselves a problem. Number one, they've got a problem in they could get their page shut down because it doesn't meet the promotional guidelines. Number two, I see so often that people they say click like and be entered. But what happens is that, and here was an example. There was a small retail company in New South Wales, and they have put up this beautiful chair. They ran it on the wall, and you had to share it to be the winner, the person with the most shares won. Well, what happened was somebody cheated, and they reported and hit spam and all these other ones, and the girl who should have won didn't win, and they started saying, you're doing this wrong, and we're reporting you to Facebook, and we're going to tell everybody that you're so bad, that you've done this, and you all of a sudden have got a social media crisis. So by actually learning the right way to do it and following those guidelines, you won't have these kind of dramas on your page.
Wow, yeah, because that'll be the last thing you want is an explosion against your business from trying to do something cool.
I was sitting there laughing because I actually sent them a message and said, did you know that there's promotional guidelines and you should be using an app? And a contest app costs as little as $15. So it's not like it's a huge investment for a company anyway. And I said, go and get yourself an app and run it correctly, because that way then you won't, put yourself in this situation. They said, oh, no, we've already checked with our legal team and they said it was okay. And as this thing started to blow up and get bigger than Ben-Hur, they actually took their page offline. And in the end, they ended up giving away the prize to the girl who should have won, the girl who won, and two other people who bitched and whinged about them and caused loads of bad publicity for them just to make them quiet. So that was a really good example. And I took loads of screenshots and I put it as a little case study.
Excellent. Hey, so what were you doing today, business-wise, before I interrupted you and we're doing this call?
Well, actually, I was invited this morning to speak at the BNI at Coolum about social media, the do's, don'ts, and how-tos for social media. So that was really, really exciting. Never met these people before. They just picked me up. They did a search on Facebook, saw my name and said, hey, Donna, would you come and talk? And so I was a little bit, I wonder who they're going to be when I got there. And they were such nice people and really motivated about using social media and learning how to implement it for their business. So that was what I was doing. I literally finished there, come back, plugged in computer, and you popped up.
Yeah, excellent. All right. Well, if you've got a website where you can send people to so that they can, if they're interested in doing competitions and they want to do it the right way and not have their stuff blacklisted and destroy their reputation online, what's
Absolutely.
your website?
Well, first of all, I'd say come on over and like me on Facebook at facebook.com/fan page competitions. Feel free to ask questions on the wall. Happy to help. If you're interested in learning more, I have two courses. Fanpagecompetitions.com is my premium course. Both of my courses come with training, app, and a private group where I support people for 12 months. And my other one is fanpagecompetitions.com/fast track, and that's to get you up and running in the next 2 hours with running a competition. We better get one for you too, Peter.
Well, there you go. You're starting to get my interest now. Excellent. So this interview is working already. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well, you've been a great guest, Donna. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing that with us. And you're definitely like the go-to person for Facebook fan page competitions. So thanks again for coming on the show.
Can I just say something, Peter, before you dismiss me, you cheeky little...
Okay.
One thing I just wanted to say, you asked me about clients and you asked me about results, and I just wanted to sort of share about Claire, whose business is called The Girls Mean Business. And with her competition, we just ran it recently. It ran for 2 weeks. She received 400 new likes, 250 entries, and at the end of it, she sold $1,000 worth of products in 3 hours of it being over. So the results are there, and you can achieve similar in your business if you apply the simple strategies to follow through. So I'm not going to say anything more. I'm going to leave you hanging with that one.
Excellent.
And say thanks for having me here.
And just say that website one more time.
www.fanpagecompetitions.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Donna. You've been a great guest. Talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Bye.
Well, g'day, Gary. Welcome to the show, mate. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Hello, Peter. It's great to be here.
So, Gary, can you quickly tell us, mate, who are the clients that you're working with?
Yeah, so the company I've just started is called Sales Shaman, and the people I work with are life coaches, alternative healers, essentially what I would group together as spiritual business owners.
Okay. So, yeah, what kind of specific businesses do they have? Like, are they helping other businesses? Are they, helping people just in general? What are their core things?
The some of them are business to business. A lot of them are business to, regular Joe. Yep. So we're talking my current clients. I've got about 4 life coaches, Reiki healer, makeup therapist. What else have we got? Financial advisor, and a couple of kinesiologists.
Okay. Yep.
All people who are helping other people who have clients, usually from the general public.
Okay. And how are you actually helping these people? What is it that you're helping them to do? Like, what would be their big problem that you're helping them solve?
Yeah, look, great question. On the surface, it's sales and business, but I've come from a coaching and kinesiology background and studied a lot of sort of random esoteric healing and change work sort of disciplines. I have a sales background as well. But what I found is that those guys, they're really in a place where the first thing that doesn't work is they're really just struggling to move forwards in business. And it's not because they suck at business, which is what they think is the problem is. It's usually because they're really not aligned with what they're doing 100%. So they may love, say, the kinesiology or the Reiki. They're usually very, very passionate about that. But when it comes to translating that into money, to selling, to communicating their message, there's some internal stuff going on that isn't working for them. So value systems, emotional patterns from when they were a kid, just something beneath the surface that's in the way. And typically what I hear is, well, I've done this program, I've done that program, and I've had a coach before, and they just say, I've just got to go out there and do it. But I try to go do it, but it just feels like I'm carrying a big bag of rocks, or I'm up against the wall and I can't quite break through. And this can range from haven't got started at all to running a reasonable business, but just sort of feeling like they can't quite break through some sort of inner resistance. So the main thing I work on is breaking through that internal mess, if you like, and smashing down any barriers to actually going out there and doing the thing that you love doing, and especially around confidence, around promoting yourself and connecting with people in a business-like way. Okay.
So have you got, is there kind of, in any situation, right, there's generally like maybe 5 to 12 main problems that keep coming up over and over. So we're all very predictable as people. What will be some of the common ones that are coming up for people?
Yeah, so I mean, typically the group, the way that people identify it is usually they say, I love what I'm doing, but I just kind of procrastinate and I don't do it. That's not really the problem. That's the symptom. Beneath the surface, the biggest problems that I see again and again are, one of them is really obvious once you understand it, is the value system thing. So, my niche is spiritual people, right? So we're talking people who really value helping others, that they might be really interested in sort of energy work or kind of esoteric disciplines or healing and so on. That's an awesome thing for helping people. But if money and finance and business isn't in your value system somewhere, it's really hard to go out there in the world and get stuff done. And if you don't value money, it doesn't turn up. So the first thing will be negative conditioning around money, or simply just misaligned values with having a business at all. So they're usually really aligned to doing the coaching or doing the healing. That's what they love, and to a person, all the people I seem to attract are exceptionally good at what they do. But the first problem is really a sort of a value systems clash, where I know that I should care about this thing, but I don't really care about this thing. I just want to help people. That sort of place, which I would see as what you've got is a clash between your unconscious and your conscious mind going on. The other thing is emotional baggage. So things from childhood, that conditioning around money, but also self-worth stuff around putting yourself out there, exposure, vulnerability, just accepting yourself for who you are. And like, I've been lucky enough to have some really successful mentors and went through this thing myself. And what I noticed about all the people that I was working with were they all were comfortable and confident enough to put themselves out there and take risks. And they didn't really worry about whether what they did was perfect. They just did it. Whereas I was sitting at home going, oh yeah, I could probably do it better than him, but I just don't do it at all. Yeah. I'm now doing it and getting stuff happening, and have been for the last 2 or 3 years. What I'm finding is my clients are in that spot where there's some fear around, what if I put it all out there and it all falls to shit, or what if it doesn't work, what if, and specifically the way I would understand that is we're talking negative emotional conditioning. So energetic patterns, emotional patterns that are beneath the surface that really just don't want to let you do the thing you want to do. It's really common in personal development and coaching sort of circles to do this kind of tough boot camp kind of talk where you just get up and you suck up the pain and you get stamped on your face and you get up again and you just do it,
Yeah.
Really good if your internal stuff is aligned enough for you to move forwards. But what I'm finding is 2, 3, 4 sessions sometimes, and people that have been stuck in a loop for 5, 6 years, they just go out and do that stuff easily. So the real problem is they're just finding it too hard to move forwards, or there's a specific area in their business that they just feel blocked, and it's something they don't really understand why that it's there. So about hidden blockages and resistance is really what we're tackling first up.
Excellent, man. That's all excellent stuff. I love hearing about how people kind of can overcome those blocks, and you don't even realize they're there. You just can't see it. You need someone like you to come along and kind of see things for what they are.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the irony is I'm working with people who oftentimes understand this stuff.
Yeah.
That's part of why I've chosen that market. Is it's easy to explain to, a Reiki therapist or a healer about, okay, did you know there are negative energetic patterns and blueprints? They're like, yeah, I know about it. I help people with it all the time, but I can't see my own.
Yes, I'll find it with branding. I can totally give someone a great tagline about their business. When I'm trying to think of one for myself, it's like, oh, what do I do? How do I do this? It's that kind of, when it's personal, there's too much attached to it.
Yeah, it's like the mirror has too much charge on it, and it's all so meaningful and such a big deal when you look at someone else and go, yeah, you should call it this. And they're like, that's amazing. That's what I'm finding with, I'm identifying these patterns, sort of self-sabotages and loops. And, I mean, it's so painful when you are someone who helps others because you sort of feel like you should have your shit together. And it can make you feel a little bit inauthentic if maybe you're a coach and you are doing great work, but there's areas of your life you haven't taken responsibility for. You sort of feel like you shouldn't be allowed to procrastinate if you're a life coach.
So how do you overcome that? Because that's everyone.
Yeah, that is it.
That's everyone.
The understanding I've evolved so far that I don't see a lot of coaches having is if everything is in alignment, it's easy to move forwards. If you're living by your actual value system, if you're being the person you are supposed to be at your heart, it's easy to move forwards. When you are trying to do things because they're important to someone else or because there's some conditioning there you've picked up, it's really, really difficult. And oftentimes we don't realize we've decided I have to be successful in business because my dad would have wanted that and that's such and such, If that's in there, if you're doing it to meet someone else's value system, it hurts. It costs energy. You're trying to push shit uphill, basically, is the best expression I can come up with. You're really pushing against something, whereas, you know it yourself, when you're doing the thing you really like, it just flows really easily. It's serendipitous. People comment on it. People share it. It flows really easily. They tell others about it. So it's about getting people connected really with their heart space in their business as well as in their whatever their practice is as well. Yeah. So, when I meet a kinesiologist, they're never like, I don't like helping people and working on their body. They love that part, but they suck at describing it to others. They can't get the website up. They don't do this. They don't do that. And it's so confusing to them because they might be really together in all their other areas, but in this bit that really, really matters to them, they just won't do it, or they sabotage, or it's just really slow.
Yeah. All right, man. So people want to get over those issues. Like they totally identify that, that's me. Have you got a website that we can send them to get in touch with you?
I'm putting up a website this week.
Yep.
My new project, Sales Shaman, will be up online at www.salesshaman.com.
Yep. Well, this video is evergreen. It's going to be around for the next, 3-4 decades, I guess. So it will be relevant.
If you're watching this and it's December 12 or later, this will exist, salesshaman.com. If it's fresh, you can just find me on Facebook. I do a lot of business through Facebook as it is. And my name is Gary Newton, and you'll be able to find me through Peter's friends. Yeah,
you just jump over to anything of my stuff. It's easy to find people these days.
I'm all over the interwebs.
Excellent, man. Well, thanks so much for sharing your whole story there. You've been a great guest, and I can see people really getting their stuff sorted out if they come and see you. That's excellent.
Yeah, we've been having some big breakthroughs, and it's really nice to see people, walk out, and I get these phone calls or these texts a day later, and it's like, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened. Like, that's always
cool. Share it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, hey Gary, man, I've got to carry on and get on to all these other guests, man. Thanks again for being such a great guest. We'll talk soon.
Thank you very much, Peter.
See you, mate.
See ya.
Well, g'day, Ruth. Welcome to the show. It's excellent to have you on the third and final installment of you and your business on Facebook. Could you just tell us who are the clients that you're working with at the moment?
Oh, Peter, look, thank you for the invite. It's great to be here. people that I work with are small business owners, generally just starting out. So within that first couple of years, when everybody tells us that we're going to fail and we've got to do the transition from the big corporate scary world into the even bigger and scarier world of being out on our own.
Okay, and what specific businesses do you have? Just tell us a few of the types of businesses that they have, the people you work with.
Yeah, generally service-based businesses. So I've got coaches, I've got a travel agent, I have people within the health services industry. So generally just service providers who are just getting started out because they've got a true passion for what it is that they do and they love to help people.
Okay, and how are you actually helping these? Like let's get a little bit specific. And are you sharing systems with them? What are you doing?
I like to help people, get people talking about them behind their back for all the right reasons. So I help them to build their network and to really be effective when they're out networking, whether that's online or offline, so that they're having these, what I call inspiring, profitable conversations. So literally helping people to be able to get clear on what their message is, be able to put that across in the 60 seconds or less that you might have at a networking event, and then kind of what to do with all those business cards when you get a hold of them and how you use that as a platform for the rest of your business and really build in the lifestyle business, the successful business that they're looking for.
Okay, so that's I haven't had anyone on to talk about that sort of stuff so much, like the actual, the more the hands-on communication type stuff. It sounds like you're helping people with. So okay, are you helping them with their actual business? Like in the structure of their business, or is it more about getting their business out there?
It's more about getting the business out there.
Yeah.
So, I do one-on-one coaching work, where I am working with people on the strategy and the business strategy, the marketing strategy, but it really is from a client attraction point of view, from a what to say, how to get people to want to know more about what it is that they do, rather than the business plan, the financials. I would refer them on for something like that. That's probably not my biggest strength.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad I've got you on the show because you're a little bit different than a lot of other people I've had. So I've interrupted you from doing something today. What were you doing to move your business forward just before I interrupted you?
Well, I'm actually in the middle of doing one of our online business boot camps. And so I've just been tweaking a few of the modules and recording some videos ready for our call, and the next module's going live this evening. So looking at Facebook, actually, recording videos about Facebook. Okay,
well, when this goes up, you might even be able to drop your link in there to that what is it, the modules?
Yes, that would be very cool.
Just had a bit of a throat catch there, sorry.
That's all good. No, there's some free video training that people are welcome to go on and have a look at. So
okay, so where can we send them to? Where can we send them to? Do you know what it's called yet?
Absolutely. It's businessresultscatalyst.info is the best place to get the info.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Ruth. It was great to have you on, and I look forward to seeing this whole video and the rest of it and kind of piecing it all together and seeing how you fit in. I don't know who's going to be next or what, but it's going to be awesome.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Peter, and you have the rest of a great day.
Thanks heaps. See ya.